Hi, Miss Gleason. Okay, so my lesson was 3.5 factoring quadratics, and I was going to start with the steps on how to do this. So first I was going to start with an example on 3x squared plus 4x plus 1. Now, what you do when you're factoring quadratics is you find the factors of 3 and 4 that, or 3 and 1, sorry, my bad, that add to equal 4. So to find this, we can draw this handy dandy little X marks the spot, or X marks the answer thing, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to find factors that multiplied equal 3, add equal 4. So these factors are 3 and 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to group the first term, which would be the 3x squared, with one of these factors, and then the 1 with one of the other factor. So we'll start 3x plus 3x, because you took it from here. We took this 3 from here. And then we're going to group x, because you're going to assume that there's a 1 in front. It's just imaginary. Plus 1. Now, the second step to factoring quadratics is factoring out the GCF, or the binomial, to get the smallest possible ratio. Oops, sorry, forgot that was x squared. Okay, so for this one, we're going to take out a 3x, so you can get x. So when you multiply it together, it will become x squared. So all we got right here is x. And because we take a 3 out of the 3x, we're left with 1. Here, we don't need to make it any simpler, because it cannot get any simpler than x plus 1. So we're going to take out the imaginary 1 and add x plus 1. Now, once you're finished with this, your first term and your second term should be the same, to make sure that you're correct. After this, after you factor out completely the binomials and the GCF, you group this term and this term and add the second term, which was the term you got twice. So we'll write that as 3x plus 1, because we took out the 1, and then x plus 1. And then that would be your final answer. Okay, so now we're going to start with some examples. Here is the... We're going to start with the easy example first. Okay, so what we have here is x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now we're going to find two factors of 6 that add to equal 5. So these are going to be 3 and 2. So we're going to take what we did in the first example, and we're going to group these terms. X squared plus 3x, which we got from here. And we're going to group the second term. 2x plus 6, which we got from here. Now we're going to take out the GCF again. X plus 3. That's the smallest. We can take it out. So we have to make this equal. We have to make the second term equal what it did here. So we're going to take out 2. So we have x plus 3. Because 6 divided by 2 is 3. So now we're going to group them together to get x plus 2 by taking this term and this term, adding them together, and then adding them to the term we got twice. So we come out to be x plus 2. Oop. X plus 3. And that's your final answer. Ta-da! Okay, next example. This is more of a medium example. We're going to start with 4x squared plus 11x minus 3. We're going to draw our handy dandy little x. And we're going to get two factors of 11 that add to equal, nope, I said that wrong. My bad. Two factors of 12 negative, what the heck? Sorry, technical difficulties. Two factors of negative 12 that add to equal 11. So these factors are going to be 12 and negative 1. Okay, so we're going to group the terms. 4x squared plus 12x and negative x minus 3. 3 we got from here and moved to here. Okay. Now after we group these, again we're going to take out the greatest common factor. So this one we're going to take out 4x, because remember that you're left with x, because when you multiply it together it will become x squared. So remember, it will always be x on the outside. So take 4x plus 3, because 12 divided by 4 is 3. When you take 4 out of 12, you get 3. And then this one we're just going to take out a negative 1 to get x equals positive, so we can get it the same as the term we just got, x plus 3. Now, we'll come up and group these terms, 4x minus 1, and x plus 3. That will be your final answer. Okay, this is our last example, and it's a little bit of a trickier one, because remember that all factors are set equal to 0. But if you have an example like this, you have to set it equal to 0 yourself, or else the factor will not work. So, what we're going to do is we're going to subtract 25 from both sides. Oop, I'm so sorry, forgot to put the... So when you subtract from both sides, the negative 25, or the 25x becomes negative, because you have to balance it out to get the equation to equal 0. So now our rewritten equation is going to be 6x squared minus 25x minus 9 equals 0. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing. We just had to add one more step. So we're going to find two factors of negative 54, because 6 times negative 9 is 54, that add to equal negative 25. These factors are going to be negative 27 and 2. So we're going to group 6x squared minus 27x, and then 2x minus 9. Now, we're going to take out the greatest common factor again. So here, the greatest common factor between 6 and 27 is 3. So we're going to take out 3x. We're going to have the x on the inside. Take 3 out of 27. 3 times 9 is 27, so we're going to get 9 here. Oops, sorry, 2. Because when you take 3 out of 6x, it's 2x. That was my bad. And then you'll get 2x minus 9. See how I caught that mistake? Because the first term and the second term always have to be the same. But we didn't have to take anything out of this, so it's just plus 1. So when we add the two together, we're going to add our 3x and our 1, and then the 2x plus 9, 2x plus 9. So we have 3x plus 1, 2x minus 9. And then that will be your final answer. Thanks for watching, Miss Gleason. I'm sorry that was a little long and a little bit of a technological and voice mess up, but this is my bad. Sorry. Thanks for watching.